In this video I'm going to be giving you my initial impressions of the brand new Brooks HYPERION Elite 4. I'm going to be telling you whether I think I should use this for a half marathon I've got coming up or not. Welcome to 40 Runs. My name is Chris Ford. I'm a running coach who likes to review running shoes here on YouTube, and we've got one of the shoes that I've been really looking forward to today on the channel. So there's two shoes that are coming out from Brooks, right, or have come out because we've got one of them here, but we're coming out in 2024 that I was really excited to get my hands on. Now I was lucky enough to see a lot of their new shoe releases last year, and this was the one and another one, the HYPERION Max 2, that I've been really looking forward to. Why? Because I've got high hopes for the HYPERION Elite. I just think, firstly, I think it looks banging in this colourway, but also I think it's a shoe that could be really important for everyday runners, because there's a lot of people out there who wear the Ghost or the Glycerine, and they look to Brooks for their shoes, and you know, they may be looking at doing or looking for a carbon plated shoe to do some of those like longer races, those half marathons, those marathons, or even 10Ks, and they look to Brooks for a shoe to sort of complement the other shoes they've got. And the previous versions of this shoe have not been as good as Brooks had hoped for. So this shoe has been reworked. We've got DNA Flash in here, second version, which has been tweaked. It's still nitrogen infused, but it's been tweaked. So that's improved the ride. And then we've got underneath here, I can't remember the name of it, Speedbolt Plus even, which is a full length lattice sort of carbon plate that runs the length of the shoe. It's $250 for my American friends. It's 8.2 ounces, 230 odd grams, fits true to size, 8mm drop, 40mm stack in the heel, 32 obviously at the front, and we've got this sort of barely there mesh upper. The tongue is gusseted, which provides a nice fit. You've got a little bit of foam in here, actually you can see it just there, and that provides enough of a lockdown with the lacing, which I really like the lacing. I'll come on to that. But the overall fit of the shoe and feeling of the shoe feels great. You've got decent rubber coverage on the outsole, which has been good over here where it's been a little bit cold, a little bit icier. I'll come on to that as well. But overall, the sort of shoe has been transformed versus the previous versions. It's like night and day. Okay, so the point of this video is to establish whether this is a shoe that I'm now going to use for a half marathon I've got coming up on Sunday. I want to put this shoe into a race and use it in anger to see what it's actually made of. So what I've been doing this week, I did a 6-mile run in it, and I've done 7 miles, 8 miles in the shoe. So 2 sort of separate runs in the shoe to get sort of these first impressions and then report back to you. And then, as I said, I'm going to let you know, once we discuss that, whether I'm going to put it into play. Okay, right, so goal pace work, 8-minute miles for me, absolutely lovely in this shoe. It feels pretty effortless actually in the shoe, which is quite nice, and it's quite stable as well, because, I mean, this is a DNA Loft Flash, but it's like this nitrogen infused, so it's not overly soft. So like, you know, I think some of the other shoes that are out there, Zoom X and things like that, they're soft, but this doesn't feel soft, but there's enough of it so it doesn't feel firm. It's firmer than the Light Strike Pro, but it's still not like firm as the other version, so it's a really nice blend is what I'm trying to say. And I think it'll get better the more you run in it, okay? It's one of those shoes that will come to you as well. I absolutely love the upper on this. As a racing shoe, look how much air you're getting through there. It's great. The upper on this shoe is one of the best things about it. The plate at goal pace just feels really effortless in terms of helping you. Look, I'm not saying it's aggressive or anything like that, but I'm just saying it's giving you enough to sort of feel confident to run those paces. On the higher effort I did, just felt alive. I wouldn't say it's the most explosive or the fastest shoe I've run in, but it felt good enough to give me the confidence to wear it for the half marathon. So I've got the Watford half marathon coming up, or is it the Welling? No, it's the Watford one, which is a hilly run, right? But we are looking to run it at some form of target pace. And I feel confident enough after running in these sort of whatever mileage it is, let's say it's 13 miles, to now put this into play. So let's see what we've got here. So I'm now going to go, I only wanted to make a short video here about this shoe, right? Because I wanted now to take this shoe and then use it in anger and then report back to you. Because I really like with these sort of super shoes, right, to actually use them in a race. I can sit here and I can review them But I just think, you know, using them in a race like we did with the Alpha Fly is much more value to you. And talking about the paces, talking about the efforts that I'm running, and you know, it's very different sometimes in a race situation than going out and doing a training run. So that's why I want to do the video today, to talk about the shoe, but to let you know that I feel confident enough in this updated shoe to actually put it into a race. So let's do that. Let's hold fire now in terms of judgment on the shoe. Initial impressions are very positive. I mean, this is night and day versus the previous version. But let's now go and put this into play. Let's use this in anger. I will come back to you. It should be out next week, this video, on how I got in the Watford half. I got it right that time. And I'll let you know how it actually, what it's like. And then we'll do some comparisons and stuff like that, again, later down the line. But the first impressions, firstly, I think it looks banging. And congratulations to Brooks, because I think your shoes are back on form. The upper feels great, feels breathable. I feel locked down in the shoe. The midsole is fantastic in terms of the feeling versus the previous versions. But it's given me enough confidence, as I said about a million times now, to run this in a half. So there we go, that's it. We'll finish the video there. Let me know in the comments between sort of now and my next video on this whether you've picked up a pair of these. I think they might even be on the sale in the US now, so let me know if you've got a pair and what you think about the shoe. Whether this is a marathon shoe, I'm not sure. This could be a half marathon shoe for me, but let's see, right? Until we start using it in anger, until we start using these in races and then doing the reviews, which is what I like to do with these sort of faster hyper shoes, super shoes, whatever you want to call them. I like to actually racing them and do races in them and then review them to give an impression. But until we've done that, it's hard to actually really talk about the shoe. So hopefully this video has added some value, but in terms of me giving you some feedback on the shoe early doors. And yes, I'm now going to take this along to that half marathon and let's see what I've got.